Basically, I'm looking for them to find a tenant, but not just a tenant, a good tenant that's going to be obviously look after the flat and pay the rent on time. That's what we've achieved over the 11 years that I've been dealing with them. I think it's fair to say that the rents that they got for us once they took over finding tenants and setting the rents were higher than we've been achieving. So that is obviously a factor. They took over East Finchley, and then when the tenant left Hendon next, they took over there as well. And I've used East Finchley, Hendon office when it was open, and now Finchley Central. Although I still manage it myself, they've often helped me find a tradesperson. The other great thing that they brought in two or 3 years ago, which I really, or probably 3 or 4 years ago, I really appreciated, is the rent and legal protection service, which I think is a great idea. And generally, I have found that the service they've got has been what I need. So this is why I'm still with them. In terms of finding the right tenant, they did go through the process. I mean, there were a couple that didn't meet the criteria. So that, I suppose, is the test. This one did. It met references. Obviously, that is very important to me, because if the references and the proper checks aren't done, then the rent and legal protection service doesn't kick in, and that to me has become an important feature of letting the property. So all those checks were done, and that rent and protection legal protection service is in place, and that's very important to me. As far as Martyn Gerrard are concerned, they've got a number of offices in North London, so their name is very well known, and therefore the opportunity for people to go into one of their offices, even if it's not the one nearby the flat that you're letting, is a bonus. And obviously they've got a lot of experience in the field and seem to know their area extremely well. And I think that is a benefit of using them. Yes, I'm happy with the value for money that I get from them. Obviously, it is a competitive business, and I think that their rates are competitive. What impressed me really was that we had we've had the place fully redecorated and fully recarpeted, because the last tenant did leave it in not a very satisfactory condition. And Hussein, I think he does go the extra mile, and well, he's found us a tenant that seems to meet the criteria, and hopefully will turn out to be very good. He goes that extra mile. I mean, I've sent him stuff because I'm here to pop into the flat and leaving the flat ready for the next tenant. He's when the electricity meter ran out, he sorted that out. These are the sort of little extra things that I think he's done very well. With their network, they have very good local knowledge of the areas they operate in, which is fairly compact in North London, and the 10 offices. I think it's 10 offices, but it's in a fairly compact area. So they know it very well. And I think obviously that is going to help them to advise you in terms of the rent that you can achieve. And it's also going to help you in getting access to tenants through the number of offices that they have in the area that you have your flats. The reason I gave up my personal time was that I felt that they looked after me nicely, and I wanted to help Hussein and the company with in the future, and I look forward to a good future relationship with them, as I've had in the past. Yes, I would recommend them, and in fact, in the block where we have the flat in East Finchley, I know for a fact 2 or 3 others have used them as a result of my using them in the first place. So I am more than happy to recommend them and recommend their service as an estate agent in that area.